right, and welcome to the Renaissance Man podcast. I'm super pumped that you're joining me today. And like I always say, guys, I don't take your time for granted. So if you're joining me today, I am super pumped and super grateful. This is the podcast of multi-dimensional success. We go over fitness, business, sales, personal development, family relationships, and God, and we touch on everything that involves your success and your expansion in life. And my name is Blake Hawkins. I'm your host, and my job is to help high achievers execute and get results much faster. So today's going to be a really awesome podcast episode, and it's very relevant to what I'm doing right now in one of my businesses within the Freedom Hawk Enterprise, which is a real estate enterprise, right? So we have our single family off-market acquisition company. We have our hard money investment and lending company. We have a commercial branch that we're going to open up in 2025. And we have Freedom Hawk Academy, which is a real estate and personal development educational company, which is one of my favorite things to do, is to help people evolve and take themselves to the next level. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. And today's podcast is labeled Building a Rockstar Team. And if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are someone out there that, you're leading a team, you're leading people, your team is super important. It's very important for your success. It's extremely important for your long-term success. And I'm going to tell you right now, it can either make or break you. And we can't do this by ourselves, guys. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, and you have big goals, it's going to require a team. It is going to require a rock star team. Now, if you have tiny goals and you have manageable goals that you yourself can do by yourself and kind of live within that hemisphere, then you can do this by yourself. You don't need to build a team. But if you have major goals that are so big, goals that are just outside of your scope of ability by yourself, guys, you're going to have a rockstar team. It is so critical to your long-term success. So let's jump right into this. Building a rockstar team. All right. So this is something I'm doing right now with Freedom Hawk Equity. We just hired a sales director. He's an absolute A+ rock star. We got him from a different company that's in the industry, but we have an opportunity for upper mobility and growth and expansion. And he was at a place that was a very good company, but there wasn't a lot of room of growth. And so, our paths just crossed. It was an awesome opportunity for both of us, and it's going to work out great. And he's going to be with us for a long time. I just know it. And he's going to have tons of success. He's going to help my enterprise grow, and he's going to become very successful in the process. So it's awesome. But guys, building a rockstar team. Like I said, we can't do this by ourselves. And, as a leader, our job is to cultivate and cast a vision and find people that align with that vision, find people that want to partake in this vision, that want to participate on the path, that want to participate on the journey. Not everybody's going to want to do this. So I think that's very important, that whenever you're looking to build your rockstar team, you have to have a high filter. I know whenever I was just recently recruiting for a sales director, and I was out there in the marketplace looking for a high performing sales director, I literally, before I did that, wrote out my filter. The different aspects that this person has to be able to get through this filter before I even, will even look at them as a potential candidate. And what I realize is when you raise your filter, when you raise your standard, when you raise what you're looking for, raise your standard, and in the team that you're looking to build, you're only going to look and see the people that are going to fit that. If you do not create a filter for your team or a standard for your team, then what will happen is you'll kind of just you'll see all kind of different people, right? Some people may fit, some people may not, some people may be align with your values, some people may not, and you're going to be super unclear, and it's going to be hard to decipher who is who. So the first step is to have a high filter, high standard for your team or specific role that you're hiring for. This is very important. and be super specific. Like, so for me, I had one of my filters was, can this person, take us to the 3-year mark? Can this person execute at the 3-year mark of our company? That's just the beginning phase. Like, I'm not hiring this person for right now. I'm hiring this person to start in year 3. So I have a year 3 target for the enterprise, for the company. The first filter is, can this person align with that year 3 target, and can they execute at a high level? That automatically just got rid of like 90% of people. So you don't want to hire people for now. You want to hire people from a future place in your business. That way you're hiring the right person. If not, you're going to hire people and you're going to outgrow them too fast. And that's something I've encountered in the past. Is I hired people from my past perspective. I hired people from where kind of my business was currently, or where it was, or where I feel comfortable hiring. And what happens is, if you're a leader, entrepreneur, you're a fast grower. Dude, I grow super freaking fast. Every day I'm on a constant journey of development. So it's going to be difficult for a lot of people to stay up with me. It just is, right? So I have to hire people that are able to maybe not stay up to my pace of growth, but they can fit within that container. They can fit within that vision of my growth. They're already in alignment with that growth, right? And if you don't have a high filter and high standard for people, what's going to happen is you're going to bring people on. They may fit for 3 or 4 months, but then you're going to outgrow them so much that it's just going to get really weird, really awkward, and really uncomfortable. And I've been there, where you're going this way, and dude, like, they don't even know where they're at. They're in a whole different dimension. And so then now you're in a value conflict. So step 1, without going too deep on this, is have a high standard for your hire and for your team. I want you to think of this as, what does my team need to look like 3 years from now? Are they the person I hire today, are they able to operate in my company 3 years from now? Are they able to execute at a high level 3 years from now? And if the answer is yes, then they can pass that filter, and then they can start an interview process. It doesn't mean we're going to hire them, but they can start an interview process. So that's step number 1. Now let's get into this about A players. I believe in only hiring A players. Now, I've hired B players. I've hired C players. Shoot, I've even hired D players. I'm not proud of it, but I'm just telling you the truth. I've recruited C players. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, like, this can be massively detrimental to your company and to your growth. When you hire non-A players, it's going to create a lot more work for you. So here's the deal with A players. A players don't need to be motivated. They're already motivated. So you don't have to set the stage for an A player. They already set their own stage. All you got to do is lead and give them direction and give them a vision, give them tools and resources, and they'll go execute. A players don't need motivation. They just need the tools and resources, and they need leadership. If you give them leadership, tools, and resources, they're going to freaking execute at a high level. And so what I've realized is you have to have A players only. You have to hire and recruit A players only. B players and C players, they need constant motivation. They need you to set the stage for them to even walk on the stage. So you got to spend 70% of your time just building the stage, just to get them on the stage. And then once they're on the stage, you got to kind of spur them along. That is very time consuming, and it's counterproductive to your business growth and to your enterprise. So if you hire A players only and you have a high standard and you have a high filter, then what will happen is you'll be able to spend all your productive energy, all your productive time with leadership and having tools and resources so your A players can go execute and get results. But when you hire B players and C players, you're going to have to spend, 50, 60% of your time just motivating them, just giving them the Tony Robbins speech, right? Just getting them fired up, talking them off the ledge. If they're having a bad day, you got to sit there and be Dr. Phil, right? Like that takes a lot of energy. But here's the deal. That's just how they operate. B and C players, they need that emotional energy, that emotional drive. They don't have it themselves, so you have to provide that. If you have A players are already driven. A players are already internally motivated. All you have to do is be a strong leader. And then you can put 100% of your energy into leadership. And that's where you want to be as a business owner and entrepreneur, is you want to put all your energy into leadership and casting the vision, providing tools and resources so your team can execute and maximize their potential and they can achieve their goals within your business. That's super important. Number two, one A player equals 10 B players. I'm a firm believer in this. One A player equals 10 B players. If you have one Rockstar, that person will literally be more valuable than 10 B players. It goes kind of back to item number one is A players don't need to be motivated. They're already motivated. B players and C players, they need constant emotional connection and build up and, all that stuff, right? So there's less dysfunction when you have A players. One A player is literally more valuable than 10 B players. Matter of fact, I would say if you had 10 B players, even though B players it's not terrible, that is going to create a lot more dysfunction in your company because you're going to have to spend so much time with each person trying to uplift them and motivate them and inspire them and do the thing every single day just to get them to perform, right? One A player can absolutely change your business because that person's already driven, and that person will literally, because they are internally driven, they're not going to have all this dysfunction. That's another thing, guys. We think of business and sometimes we just think, oh, it's just business as a team. Guys, your business it's people, right? And so when you have B players, you have dysfunction. When you have C players, you have dysfunction, right? What does that mean? They have bad days. They let their bad day affect the business. They come in, they're moody. It affects their performance. They come in, they had a flat tire on the way to work, and so now they're sad and they're gloomy, and they need someone to go give them a pep talk. Guys, this is exhausting. I mean, it's exhausting. And by the way, it's just what it is if you're a B player. B players need that. So one A player over 10 B players every day of the week because it's going to have less dysfunction, and you're going to be able to run much faster. B players will slow you down. They will absolutely slow the whole freaking process down. Guys, one A player is literally equal to 10 B players. No, it's better than 10 B players. So have high standards, set a high filter. You're going to have to let some people go sometimes, that do not fit the culture, that do not fit the value system of your enterprise. It's not fun, but it's a necessary step on the way. But to be proactive on this is just the only to hire A players. And this is something that I'm learning literally just recently is, man, in the past I've hired tons of people, but I didn't have the standards that I needed to have, and I didn't set my filter high enough. And I didn't hire for the future, I hired for the now. So guys, hire for the future. Hire A players. Hire people that are high caliber, high performers. A handful of those can exponentially grow your business revenue and your profitability and your fulfillment over having a bunch of B and C players. Okay, less dysfunction. Guys, we want a functional business. We want a business that's high performing. We want a high performance culture. High performance culture with high standards. A high performance culture that is self-driven, self-managing. Yes, leadership is needed. Absolutely. Someone's got to cast a vision, but you want people that are functioning, high-performing people. We have to minimize the dysfunction in business. We have to minimize the drama in our daily operations because that stuff is what holds people back. It's what holds companies back. Deals over drama, deals over dysfunction, right? So keep all that stuff for something else, for other people. But it ain't. If you're watching this, you're a high performer, you're a leader, you're an entrepreneur. You're looking to grow your enterprise and your business and your operations. And so I'm telling you right now, we have to stay out of dysfunction. We have to stay out of drama. We have to stay in high performance and high standards. And that expectation will just drive results because everyone's going to be on the same page. Everyone's going to understand hey, we have a standard that we have to meet every single day. And because they're self-driven and they're A players, they're naturally going to rise to that standard with no problem because that's who they are. So one A player is better than 10 B players. Last point here. It's the who, not how principle. Who, not how principle. What does that mean? There's a book called Who, Not How. It's written by Dr. Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan, he runs Strategic Coach. And it's a phenomenal book. If you haven't read the book, I recommend Who Not How. It's a really, 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 really good book. And the whole principle of Who Not How is you as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, guys, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to figure out every nuance of a situation or every nuance of executing an initiative. But what you do need to do is you need to find the right who's. And if you go find the right who actually has these skill sets, who has this know-how, and you just lead them and you give them tools and resources, you will have exponential growth and you'll learn everything you need to know about the process. But I think what most business owners, or a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs do, and leaders, is they try to figure everything out from the start. So they're not operating from who, not how. They're operating from they're operating from how first, and I need to figure everything out by myself. Then I'll go take a big leap forward. It's the opposite if you want exponential success. It's who, not how. Go find the right who, and you'll figure out the how. The how's the easy part, guys. That's the implementation. That's the execution, right? But the magic is in the who's. The magic is in the team culture. And guys, like if you're a leader, business owner, entrepreneur, you can't be spending all of your waking hours trying to figure out the hows, because that's going to keep you low level. That's going to keep you in the weeds. That's going to keep you from growing your business and your enterprise. And it's going to keep you from hitting your goals. And I think as business owners, as entrepreneurs, sometimes we take pride in having our hands in all the pots, right? I've been guilty of this. I want to know what's going on with everything. Every deal I'm involved. Like I'm micromanaging deals. I'm micromanaging situations. I got my hands involved. I got my hands dirty. I rolled up my sleeve. Look at me. I'm a hardworking individual. Hey, that's great. But if it's not helping you hit your goals, and if you're not helping your team members hit their goals, then you're not doing your job as a business owner, as a leader. My number one job as a business owner and leader is to grow the enterprise. And in conjunction with that is to help my team members hit their goals. That's it, guys. If I do that, then everybody's happy. Everything's good. So I'm always optimizing for the company target. And I'm always optimizing for the team member success. How can I transform my team members and empower them and help them take themselves to their highest potential? How can I empower my team members? How can I, make their dreams a reality? If I'm always optimizing from that place, then I'm always going to be successful as a business owner. But what a lot of business owners do is they optimize backwards. They look at it from a linear fashion of, well, I gotta roll up my sleeves and go do the dirty work. Now listen, there's a time and a place that you need to roll up your sleeves, but it needs to be within the context of just trying to move the needle in a situation. But we're always optimizing for hitting company targets, growing the enterprise, and helping our team members grow and maximize their potential. Guys, if we put their goals in front of our mind and we just help them hit their individual goals, the company will grow. You will grow. I will grow. But most business owners don't focus on their team members enough. They focus too much on themselves. They focus too much on the how, the execution, the operational stuff. That stuff's important. But guys, as a leader, our job is to help our team hit their goals and actualize their dreams. And that's not Pollyannish. That's strategy. If you do that, you're going to be massively successful. It's actually strategic to help people win. Now, you want to be emotionally involved in that, and you want to have that emotional fulfillment, and you want to come from the right intentions 100%, but it is strategic to help people win. When you help people win, you win. Guys, I don't care who you are. Like I'm very strategic. I'm a business owner. I'm a leader. I'm an entrepreneur. Like I'm always thinking strategy. And so, yeah, I get emotional fulfillment when I help my team members win, but I also know strategically, if I help them win, my company wins, I win. So let's help our team members win. Let's help them actualize their goals and their vision. As a leader, as a business owner, guys, we have to get out of the weeds. We have to operate from who, not how. Listen, I hope that you get at least one thing from this episode today. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, leader, or if you're an aspiring business owner, you can learn all of this up front and not have to learn through trial and error. Guys, go build a Rockstar team. Go get A players. Don't operate from a scarcity mindset. Don't operate from hiring B and C players and having low standards. It's going to be the detriment to your success. It's just going to slow you down. So build a Rockstar team from the start. Okay. And if you have a team that you need that's not a Rockstar team, then start cutting the people and then start building, right? Do it now. Don't wait forever. Do it now. Don't procrastinate. Cut the B and C players, cut them today, and then go find some A players. And operate from the principle who, not how. As a business owners, as entrepreneurs and leaders, we don't need to major in the minors. We need to major in the majors. We need to be focused on vision. We need to be focused on enterprise growth. We need to be focused on helping our team members win, helping our team members hit their goals. If we do those things, we will win. Our company will win. So guys, this is the Renaissance Man podcast. Today's podcast is building a Rockstar team. This is a podcast for high achievers where I help high achievers execute and get results much faster. This is a podcast for multi-dimensional success, fitness, business, sales, personal development, God, family, and relationships. Guys, today, what I want you to do is just go take some action. Okay? Write down your filter for your A player. Write down your filter for your Rockstar team, and then go out there and start building your team and start finding those people that align with your vision, align with your values. That's going to help take your vision and make it a reality so you can make your dreams come true. Let's roll.